Good to see you all again. So we'll start from the refuge, okay? Sanje chedan zoje zonam la chanchu pardo andane japsu chen dagi jingso jibe sunam jen rula penjire sanje ruporesho Sanje chedan zoje zonam la chanchu pardo andane japsu chen dagi jingso jibe sunam jen Rola Benjira Sanjin Ruparasho Sanje Chedan Soji Chonam La Chanshu Pardu Dane Japsun Dagi Jingso Jibi Sunam Jin Rola Benjira Sanji Ruparasho Simshen Tamshen Dewa Tan Devi Judan Tempera Jurjin Tungal Tan Tungal Jin Judan Chawan Jurji Dungal me ben dewa tamba tam min tre war jurji de du gen ju cha dan ni ring tang tre tang nyam chen bo la yu ring du ne bra ju je cha sal ba dan chu chen sha ba dan je su yi rang ku chen so wa ge wa jung se da ge jir sa ba tam chen zo be chang chu chen bo sa shi pe shi chu she me do zhang zhi rab ling shi nye de yen ban de sang ji xing du mi de bul wa yin zhu gun nam da xing la ju ba ra shu guru ye dam ra na man ra la kam ne re ya da ya me ni ji re man ra sang bo den bo ge chang chu lam la bar ji min zhong xin tu sum de xin gong ban zo ba dang se ba men zhu shi wa ra men ne shi Nam ka ta nyam ben zho nam zho lo ra shu sem she nam je sam pa ta lu yi che cha che dar wa che chung ten mo te kwa che ji kor lo kor tu so na ki tu chen she ji ri su chong chen ki me tong tu ji kun chen pa se ji len po ta wen che pe ku she jin che pe shab la chang za lo me chu ji in che pa dang le tu tam san ji kun ji mo rang sum che ku mo sum ten se pe se we lam me shab la so an de pa ten se we lam na ren kur she da ki nying kar pe me sem du Njalwa me bada war chune jang kusung tu ji shin ji la do so yin da sang ji kun da nyam na yang ka chen sang ji tong le la kun kun sa we la me sha la chang sa lo da so lo na chu lan jong wa ra jo nam ka da nye be sim ji tang ji gi ten do nam jen la na me ba yang da ba ang ge wan do ji chang ge ko bang ren bo ji to bra cha de chir do da re dambi chu samu sembara che bo la thong ma ra chen ra nam ji ku long chang ju sho do sem je ne sembara Okay. So last time we have stopped at the Tummo. Yeah, we are completed to talk about the Tummo. So even most of the time we have spent to talking about the Tummos. Actually, it is true. Even when we do the practice of the 6 yogas of Naropa, the Tummo takes very long time. At least Tummo should have, only for the practice of the Tummo, it takes around 2 years, I can say. 2 years. Just to the Tummo practice. So within the 6 yoga of Naropa, 6 dharma of the Naropa, the Tummo, it is the preliminary state. Within the 6 yoga of Naropa. Before that, as I said, the Ngondro is the preliminary state of the practice. But when we comes to the level of practice, the 6 yoga, 6 dharma of Naropa, at that time, the Tummo is the preliminary, which is the Ngondro of the rest of the 5. Yeah. No, actually, the Gyulu, now we are talking about the Gyulu. Gyulu Chagang Rangro, the second practice of the sixth dharma of Naropa, the Gyulu Chagang Rangro. The Gyulu illusory body. Yeah. Illusory body. Realizing of the illusory body. And after the realizing of illusory body, okay, what is the main purpose of realizing the illusory body? Why we have to realize this body as illusion? Yeah, because once we get to know the illusory in the sense, like we can also call it a impermanent. Yeah, the other way of saying is the impermanent. When we realize the impermanent, then the mind will be detached from the desire, especially the desire. Chakdang, chakpa dangwa. Chakdang means chakpa is the desire, dangwa means the anger. Yeah, free from the anger and desire. The julu, the illusory body, knowing about this body. Because until the now that we very strongly, we could not be able to detach from this body, the mind, all the times. And because of not detaching from this body, we could not be rid out from the attachment. Yeah. Any attachment with everything. Yeah, attachment with the samsaric attachment. So make the mind to detach from the samsaric phenomena. So the important thing is the visual realizing the illusory body or the impermanent of this body. Nowadays, we care this body very much. Yeah? If little bit of kind of a headache or toothache, or whatever, we just run to the medical and to have immediately a medicine to cure this body all the times. And also at our at home, when we sleep, especially a very huge luxury bed. Yeah? We prepare a very huge luxury king size bed with a very, bumping, soft kind of a quilt, blanket. So this is all we prepare especially to this body, because we think this body is the one of the very permanent. To have this body very much in the good condition as forever, as same as forever, we're trying ourselves to make the same as forever condition. So that's why we spend lots and lots of money, going to the beauty parlor, spa, massage, and everything. Really, yeah. Because we think that this body is very much permanent, very much existed, If we could not be able to detach from this body, so how could we be able to, how could our mind be able to detach from the samsara? It is not possible. The samsara is a very big and very huge, and it has many, many artificials all over. We cannot give them up very easily, unless we cannot give up this body too. That's why we spend all the monies, into many, many different things, the massage and all that. So that is the one, the Julu after that. The second part of the practice, the Julu, it is to detach from the uh, desire and even though anger. Anger is also the main source of the emotions. It is only two things. Yeah, main is the two things. But even though we keep it the three, yeah, ignorance and desire and anger, yeah. The main three roots of the samsara, to reborn again and again into the samsara. What is the main reason? So this is the three reason that why we are born again and again. And within this three reason, all the six realms, all the six realms is undercover by the three emotions, yeah, ignorance, desire, and anger. But main is that the desire and anger. And from that, desire. First, desire. Main root is the desire, to detach, to controlling. From the desire, then anger comes. From the desire, anger appears. And ignorance appears. And jealousy appears. It is like a train, one after the one. The first is the engine of the desire. Engine is the desire, and then anger, jealousy, pride, ignorance, all that comes together line by line. So to get rid of that, how to practice and what is the main thing? First, we have to understand this ourself, this body. Practicing on self, not practicing to other, just practicing on self, looking at on self, this body. Everything, whatever we have inside, the feelings, the feeling and everything, the organs and everything, top on that. So it is to realization. Is there is anything that we really, really have to care and keep for ourselves in this body? Maybe not. When we go to the hospital during the postmortem, when they open up, really nobody says that I want this, please give it to me. No one say. Yes, really. No one said. When they open up, they will definitely say, no, I don't want. Please take it. Yeah. But why? Because of the faces. We are very much attached with our face, beautiful, handsome, or smart, or whatever. So Gili is the practice of the second practice. It is the practicing of the detachment from the desire and the anger. Yeah, anger. And then third one that we call the milam. Nisulrangda. Now, Milam, the third one, the dream. Dream and pure vision, and then the power. Yeah. Power, what you call in English? I don't know really. Power.
Power is a intermediate state between death and rebirth, but we call it power actually.
I think power doesn't have any explanation
No,
in
no, it's
English.
not Bordeaux. It's power
Isn't it?
is transference of conscience to pure land, transference of
Yeah,
conscience.
power. Yeah, transferring this our consciousness to the pure land, or to the pure land, or we can say to the direct to uh, the Amitabha Buddha or the Vajradhara's heart. Yeah, connecting with the enlightened one, enlightened being, connecting the the lay consciousness into the enlightened consciousness. I can say like that, it will be more good for understanding. And Bardo at the end. Bardo, poor is magum, we call the poor, milam nisul rangda, vessel, tumuk rangdol, vessel. So vessel, the pure vision, it is
Rinpoche,
actually
can I just say, weather is a clear light in English. Clear light.
clear light.
Yes, clear light.
Clear light, it is the actually for uh, realizing the um, ignorance. Clear light is, yeah. The first two, Gulu was the practice of the Gulu, it is the um, uh, Gulu practice, it is to detach from the uh, desire and anger. Yeah. And after that, the Milam, the dream. Yeah, dream practice. Dream practice. And then the vessel is the clear light. Clear light, it is to reducing or to reduce or to understanding the get rid from the ignorance. So main these three things: desire, anger is already gone to with the Gulu, and now with the clear light, practice of the clear light, that helps to uh, actually to understand what is the ignorance. Okay, because when we talk about the six yoga of Naropa, because these are the practice which is kind of a already in the high kind of a high level. So when we start practicing Buddhist from the Theravada level, yeah, Hinayana or Theravada level, at that time in the teachings of Theravada, it says the desire, anger, and ignorance is bad. Yeah, it's very bad. We should not have that. Yeah. We have to remove from that, remove from our mind. Yeah. From down level too, when it comes to up. In Theravada or Mahayana, even sometimes in the Mahayana, you know. In the Mahayana, maybe they said, yeah, even the Mahayana, until the Mahayana, it's the same, the desire, anger, jealousy, pride, and all this ignorance is totally not good. It's almost negative. We have to throw out from our mind. But right here, when he talks to come to the six yogas of Naropa, and the other Dzogchen practice, We never really say that, we have to throw out these 5 emotions. No, we never say this. We never say that throw out the emotions. Emotions are bad. We never say in the Vajrayana or because we say that understand ignorance, understand the ignorance, understanding the desire, understanding the anger. What do you mean? What is the understanding of desire? Means understanding the source of the desire. We are talking about that. Understanding the source of the anger. Understanding the root of the ignorance. In Vajrayana, we say this. We practice that. We never say that just throw out. Because why? In the Hinayana Mahayana level, they say it is not good because for them, with the level of their understanding, it's a very, very lower than the Vajrayana. That's why for them, for the beginners, just say, yes, it is not good, just throw it out. Because they cannot manage on that, to understand and just keep. But when you talk about the 6th Dharma of Naropa, it's kind of we are all almost nearly, we are almost nearly to go. We are almost nearly to the, what you called, the border. So at that moment, we never say that it is bad and we have to get rid out of all them. No. We say we understand the source of the emotions. Why? Because when we understand the source of the emotions, each of the emotions, then that transforming into the 5 wisdom, the 5 emotions. That it is the transforming into the 5 wisdom. When we get to know the source of the anger, when we get to know the source of the desire, emotions, then that can transform into the Pema Heruka. Yeah. In the Vajrayana, we can say the Pema Heruka. Or Amitabha Buddha. It represents the Buddha Amitabha, the desire. And anger that represent the Akshobhya, Buddha Akshobhya. So that is the thing that we have to understand, the emotions. Yeah. So that's why with the clear light, through the meditations of the clear light, to directly connecting with the ignorance, to clear out the ignorance. Which the ignorance totally makes us close our eyes, close our eye. So that to be open by the clear light. Now the practice of milam, dream, and the clear light. Dream and the clear light, actually, this true practice comes more over at the same time. The dream, and because when we sleep, at the sleeping time, actually, this is the practice of the sleeping time. Because now people, when we sleep as no any conscious. We sleep as like, we sleep like none of others' business. Yeah, we just sleep whenever we want. Just wear the blanket and just sleep. So during the sleeping time, I have said it that before, in the 24 hours, one day, how many times we were resting? Yeah. Last session I already told. You remember, I hope so. So during the sleeping time, 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours, we just sleep. Nobody knows. Even the person who is sleeping doesn't know anything about what we are going to hell. Yeah. We just sleep randomly and just dreaming. So now, getting into the dream, and even when you are sleeping, you are dreaming, even in the dream that you are awakened. I can say that, yeah. Even in the dream, after sleeping, you are dreaming, you know that you are knowing that you are dreaming and you are awake even in the dream. Something messy, isn't it? So actually, yeah. So Milam, this is all because this practice, the 6 yogas of Naropa, the practice that I mentioned from the beginning, this practice doesn't mention any religious, Yoga never mentioned any religious or any source of a name. I already told in the last 2 sessions. I hope all you remember. Yeah? Because this teach us the reality, to understand the reality of the life, of the present life, and even life after the life. Actually, this is the way of practicing the sixth dharma of Naropa. Yeah. Understanding of this life, how it should be, how it has to be, how this body has to be, how the mind has to be. Yeah. And live the life. And even after living this life and then going to next life label also shows the teachings, the teachings of the sixth dharma of Naropa. It has not any mentioned any kind of a religious way or something like that. Never. So that is the why that when we talk about the 6 yogas of Naropa, it is a very, very secret practice. So when we are really want to get into the practice of the 6 yoga of Naropa, first of all, we have to come from the preliminary practice with the Ngondro. It is very, very important. It's because of that, to understand, because everything opening up, as I said in the practice of the dream practice. So this practice comes with the sleeping actually. Yeah, it's not like looking to some searching for a dream or something like that. No, it's not like that. We have to totally sleep with the visualizing and visualize and then sleeping and even into the dream, then with the help of the clear light in the dream, because dream is also the one of the intermediate state. Yeah, but most of the people never believe that dream is the intermediate state. We mostly think that after the death the consciousness go to the somewhere, so that place or that part of the place where the consciousness go, that is called the intermediate state. Most of the people say this. And to understanding the dream, actually, first of all, we have to know that how many dreams are there too. There are many types of a dream. Many types of a dream. One of the biggest dream is the dream that is happening at the moment. This is also included in the dream practice, the present moment. Now we are looking at each other, no, through the screen and everything. So this is one of the biggest dream. If you could get to know, colorful, but the mind never accepts that this is the biggest dream, because there is no any kind of a difference between the night dream and the daydream. After we sleep, we dream something. Yeah, it has also very much colorful, beautiful sunlight, gardens, and party. Or sometimes, we go to the club and dancing in the dream also. Yeah, having fun with the friends. But when we open our eyes, it's finished. We believe that it's a dream because we are sleeping. That's why we believe that I dream like that. But whatever happening for the moment, this we never believe that this is the dreaming. I'm dreaming too. No one. So there are many levels of the dream. Same as that, the nighttime what we dream when we open our eyes is disappeared. At the same thing, from the morning to the evening, whatever we do or whatever comes in, comes and goes, and whatever things get happen, but tomorrow is something different. If it is not a dream, if the present moment is not a dream, then it has to be as same as this morning until now. But it never have. It changed. If it is not a dream, then we say that this is real. Whatever I'm seeing from my eyes, open eyes, it's a real. If it is real, then this morning, the cup of the tea that you are drinking, that cup of the tea, it still has to be until now, no? That you have drank already and is gone and disappeared. Isn't it? But only the little difference is what? The nighttime dreaming, that we really don't care and we just waste it. Yeah, we just let it dream. But daytime, we care a lot. So now with the practice of the Gulu Milam, the dream, that we sleep, and even that dream, after sleeping, practicing in that dream too. Okay, with a clear light, because why we sleep, actually? Sleep comes because of the ignorance, right? Yeah, ignorance. Many of the people, they say, you are so much of ignorance. You have so many ignorance in yourself. Next life, you will be born in a pig. People says like that. When I was small, when I was young. So even in they just say that you are so much of ignorance, you have so many ignorance. So next life, maybe you will be born in a pig. Why? Because pig always sleep. So that is the why. So with the clear light, as I mentioned, to understanding the ignorance, clear out the waves of the ignorance, and then that get in touch into the dream, which even in the dream also we are awakened, and that dream is also transformed into the practice. Okay? Even into the dream, getting to know that I am a dreaming. I'm awake in my dream again. I don't know, maybe sometimes, yeah, but we are practiced. I am practiced, so that's why I've noticed. But even though before I'm, yeah, much more before when I start practicing the 6 yogas of Naropa, I think not much, but maybe 1 or 2 times, I have this kind of a realization for myself that, I was I was sleeping and I'm dreaming. And even though I'm dreaming, but I still can realizing, yeah, I realizing myself that yes, oh no, right now I'm just dreaming. Does it happen with you sometimes? You are sleeping, you are dreaming, but you are dreaming, and also you are know that you are still knowing that you are dreaming in your dream. Sometimes I had this kind of things like 1 or 2 times before practicing, before the 6 yoga practicing. I have this kind of experience. I was sleeping, I am dreaming, and still I was understanding, I'm understanding that yes, I'm a dreaming, even in my dream. I know that I'm dreaming. Sometimes it happened. So this is the kind that also practicing into the dream, because right now we do not realize the dream, and we could not be transform the dream into the clear light. Because once we sleep, we get into the totally under the control of the ignorance. Yeah? After once we sleep, then totally, somebody comes and like bang near our ear, but we never wake up. Yeah, they just bell near the ear, but still we just very much deeply sleep. So not like that. Inside the dream also, that with the clear light vessel get reducing the reflect of the ignorance, and the dream also transformed into the practice level. Okay, these two, milam and the vessel, yeah, the dream and the clear light, this mostly comes together. And the practice is also, yeah, this practice is together, like combined practice actually is not a difference. And then poa magum sangje. Fifth is talking about the poa magum sangje. Magum sangje means enlightened without practicing. Hoa. Yeah. Hoa, it is the said that, yeah, magum
Without
sang,
meditation. Without meditation.
without any practice, without any meditation, just to be liberation. Then it's very easy, isn't it? Don't do anything, just sit and then enlightened. Very easy. It says so. So, yeah, because the masters, they give a very, very kind of, exciting names, very much like Magum Sanje. Magum Sanje, Po is the Magum Sanje. Means Po is the practice, no need to meditate, just enlightened. So when the people hear that, they feel, wow, it is something very special. You don't need to do anything, just sit and then enlightened. Yeah. Mm. So what's that actually mean, the Poa Magum Sangje? After the comes to the Poa practice, until that moment, until the practice when we comes to the Poa, from the starting, from the preliminary Ngondro, and then purifications and everything, and then Mahamudra meditation practice, and then after that, then we started from the Tumo, 6 yoga of Tumo, and then Gulu, understanding the body, it is the impermanent, nothing's to be uh, attached, having attachment of this with this body. Yeah. And now what to do? No, I don't have any attachment with my body. Then more or less, and even when I sleep, I've also be able to practice, even understand my dream. And then it means like actually the dream and the vessel is like, yeah, it's a good things to explain. The great Mahasiddhis, yeah, the Indian great Mahasiddhis, once they just get into the meditation, when they sit on the meditation, they just continuously goes up to the, months and a year. Not for 1 minute or 2 minutes. They're just sitting in one-sided and just pass the days and months and never waking up. Their eyes are open. Their eyes are open and everything. They also no need to sleep. Days and months they spend like that. And even their body never get ruined or something like that. Wrinkles, nothing. Their bodies are totally fresh as the young age. But the time just goes. The Kukuripa, yeah, but Kukuripa has the story of that, Actually, the Kukuripas, the 84 great Mahasiddhis, the Kukuripas, the dog, it is the dog, it is the kind of the Dakini. It's the manifestations of the Dakini. The Kukuripa holdings the dog. Yeah? And then Kukuripa asked to his wife, the Dakini, his wife, could you please cook me the vegetable meal of the radish? Yeah, radish, Can you please cook me a radish for the afternoon meal? But then she said, okay. And she cooked. And he just get into the meditation. Yeah, he just set up on the meditation. But once he come back from the meditation, he asked, did you cook my radish, the vegetable? And she said that, yes, I have cooked. It was 12 years before. Yeah, it was 12 years before. Yeah, you can see in the story of the Kukuripa. Yeah. So they just pass like that once they get into the clear light, and the clear light that clear out all the ignorance. And then whatever the vision and whatever the view that they see is a totally clear. There's no any kind of ignorance, shatter of the ignorance, and no even sleeping. They'd also known They don't need to sleep like us, like, like just go into bed and the blanket and everything, no need. Just at the state of the meditation, just pass by itself, pass it by itself. So this is called the practice of mm, the dream yoga and the clear light. Now it comes to the poa. After realizing everything from the beginning, purify everything, and now comes to the poa time, transforming the consciousness into the pure land, or the transforming the consciousness into the heart of, dissolving into the heart of the Vajradhara or anything else.
Rinpoche, transfer consciousness to pure land. Transfer.
So only the left is now consciousness, yeah? Because body has been purified with the yoga, with the tumo, yeah? Everything finished. Now the only main thing is the consciousness. So consciousness, as I told you from the beginning, when we look at our body inside, it is a very much invisible, totally invisible, but still we have the three channels, main in the center and the two side by side. And the consciousness, it is transforming from the center channel, from the central channel, transforming from the central channel. And Poa Magum Sanju. So when the practicing of the Poa,
Rinpoche,
this,
transferring from central channel.
yeah, I said that. So
Transforming, but
transferring from the central channel. So that makes the time of when we leave this body, yeah, when we leave this body, so there are the many nerves in our body, but the main thing, the way to come out the consciousness, it is from the central channel, which is directly connected at the center of our head, top on our head, where we practice the poa. Yeah. So to open up, now open up the channel, because the time we born, yeah, when the time we born, the channel is closed actually. Yeah, it's closed, it's covered, but it's only just like a very soft cover. It's not that very hot, but still it's covered. With the power practice, need to be open now. This, like, for here, you need to be open, the channel open. So to the opening, it's represent that in the bardo, after we left the body and we transform our consciousness into the intermediate state, when we're getting into the intermediate state, so that bardo yawa longku. Bardo yawa longku means the intermediate state. It is the realization, the realizing of the Sambhoga Kaya, realizing of the Sambhoga Kaya, Bardo. Bardo is actually that. It is to reborn into the Sambhoga Kaya form. Yeah, Sambhoga Kaya. Because the Buddha has a three levels, yeah? Dharmaka Kaya, Sambhoga Kaya, and Nirmana Kaya. practicing all the 6 dharma of Naropa from in the form of the Nirmanakaya, Rava, Trulgu, Nirmanakaya form. And that all the practices is from the Nirmanakaya form. And at the end, when we reach to the Poa practice, that lead us to transform the consciousness into the Sambhogakaya form at the end. Understand? The Poa and the Bardo. So once we transform the consciousness into the Sambhogakaya form, so then there is only one level to go to the Dharmakakaya after the Sambhogakaya. The Sambhogakaya, once we reach to the Sambhogakaya, Yawa Longju Dzogbeku, then this is not, the Sambhogakaya level is not in the samsara. Sambhogakaya level, it is this consciousness is transforming into, getting into the pure land. Pure land. Pure land of Vajradhara, Dorjacham. Pure land of the Vajradhara. Transforming the consciousness, reborn into the Sambhogakaya, and then that's why it's a to reborn in Vajradhara's pure land. We have to reach to the practice of Sambhogakaya, Longu. Unless we could not reach to the Sambhogakaya level practice, we could not be able to go to the pure land of Vajradhara. Dorjashankopa. That is the one. The Poa practice, it is to rebirth or transform into the Sambhogakaya nature. Sambhogakaya form, reborn in the Sambhogakaya. That is why the Poa, to open up the channel from the center, and transforming directly the consciousness with the Poa practice, directly transferring the consciousness directly to the Vajradhara's heart, dissolving into the Guru Vajradhara's heart. Once it dissolves into the Guru Vajradhara's heart, and thus transform into the what you called it's not a union, but nime
Non-dual.
non-dual, sorry, non-dual. So and then transform into non-dual with the Guru Vajradhara's heart and Guru Vajradhara's mind. We can call it mind. And then again dissolving down to the present illusory body. So write this practice. So at the end of the time, directly, without the help of someone to transforming consciousness, transforming the consciousness from the body, it will automatically goes up to the dissolve, the consciousness will dissolve into the Guru Vajradhara's heart by itself. That's why the Poa practice is, because of that, once the people who has a Poa practice, it says, it depends on the Poa, how they practice, and at the same time, how purified the one. Okay, and there's 3 different label we can say, yeah. The best result of the power practice, it is the enlightenment in one life, yeah. At the time, at the time, at the time of death, we can say at the time of death, yeah. The second, it is the Jawalongku, yeah, transforming into the Sambhogakaya at the time of the death. And the third was actually, third is the, with the power practice, at least no need to go to the, three lower realms. Yeah. No need to go to the three lower realms. We'll be reborn into the three upper realms or to the Devachan. Devachan, which is the pure land of the Buddha Amitabha. The third one. Yeah. So this is the benefit of the power practice. No need any guru to come and then transform here to there. No need. The self-power practice, completed practice, has the power to, the time when it comes, like when we know the times that now it is my time to go. So then just with the visualizations, we just directly transformed our consciousness in one time. So this is all the main source of the practice or the sixth dharma of the Naropa, which is not mentioned on any religious way. Yeah. It is all a natural way of the understanding of the one's own nature. Understanding of the present, understanding of the death, understanding of the intermediate state, and understanding of the enlightened. So this is the practice of the Naropa, the great yogi Naropa, who has been transferred this practice to the Marpa from India, and then Marpa bring it back to the Tibet, and he give teachings and spread all over to the Milarepas, and then comes to the especially to the Kagyu lineage, yeah, Kagyu lineage followers. The yeah. So Mila Muresel, yeah, Poa, Pardo, and Poa, yes. So I think with this, it's a short introductions of the sixth dharma of Naropa and the benefit of the sixth dharma of Naropa practice. Yeah? So what is the main benefits of the sixth dharma of Naropa practice? Introductions and so as I said last time, that do you have any questions to ask about?
Se c'è qualcuno che vuole porre domande a Rinpoche, prego, perché Rinpoche dà la possibilità di una sessione di domande e risposte. Quindi
Posso?
prego.
Posso? Allora, nel POA, quando il calore sale nel canale centrale e scioglie il tile aumenta il calore. Non ho capito
Aspetta
quando è. che c'è
Aspetta
la
un
fase
attimo.
in cui si può rinfrescare. Sì, Nettuno, scusa.
No, ripeti, per favore.
Ripeto?
Sì, così Clara o io
Ah, capito.
traduciamo.
Allora, quando nel tumo il calore sale nel canale
When during the
centrale
Tumo practice, the
e poi
heat,
scioglie il tile bianco, il tile bianco aumenta il calore. Quando parlava appunto Rinpoche che c'è la fase in cui si rinfresca.
so the question is when during the heating, the development of heating through the central channels go up and dissolve the substance, and what is the relationship between the heating and the cold? Questo è la tua domanda? La relazione? Non sento.
Non so cosa hai detto, quindi
Bisogna che tu, la tua domanda, bisogna che tu esca dal canale italiano. Vabbè, lo dico io. Tu hai chiesto durante la pratica, quando il calore sale,
sì, scioglie il tile bianco, la sfera bianca che scende verso il basso e questo aumenta il calore.
and the
Fa-
white delay go through the channels, and it's increase the heating.
ecco. E poi però Rinpoche aveva parlato che a un certo punto questo tile bianco rinfresca. Non ho
And
capito
at
questo.
a certain point, the white delay uh, uh, um, deal with the come si dice rinfrescare. So Rinpoche, if I try to translate Marco question about the relationship between the white delay and the proceeding along with the central channel, more or less. Do you have understood? Did you understand the question?
Репушила диво дире. Тигле тигле карпо срияди. Ди тигле карпо дан тумо ди джело кареюрес. Они
Okay.
ума ди тигле карпо дан тумоги ди джело кареюреса.
Okay. Yeah. I have mentioned this before also. A syllable and the hum syllable. Yeah. The tumu, the fire, which we have under the navel, the fire, the representation in the syllable of the a. Yeah. The fire comes from the a syllable. The half of the a goes out. And then top on the here, this head, downsided head, is a hum syllable with a white. Related to all the samsara and all the universe. Yeah. All the universe is how they begin. They begin from the two energy. Energy of the wisdom, energy of the method. So combination of the method and the wisdom, when that gets into the union, yeah, when the mixture of the whiteness and the redness, yeah, without each of one cannot appear anything, cannot be done anything. even the great bliss we are talking about, or the CDs that we are talking about, it is not possible. As everybody says, no? One hand cannot be clapped, you know. To the clap, two hands needed to make a clap sound. Yeah. The appearance that what we are talking about, you know, the main source that, you know, the root that which appears is the red fire. Yeah. The red, which is the wisdom. Yeah, which comes from the down, the root. And then when the red comes up, the root goes up. When it's touched to the whiteness over here, then it reduces the main source of the method, which gets into the what you called a combination of great bliss. Now you understand? Is it more clear or not? Because one, it is not possible. Method is no use without wisdom. And wisdom alone cannot do anything without method. Yeah. For example, like single parents cannot be able to, you know, give birth to the child. Yeah? Need two. Yeah. Father and mother. Isn't it? Because father is normally, when we talk, you know, the father side represent the method, and the mother side representations of the wisdom. With the combinations of the two, wisdom and the method, so then they get baby, isn't it? Yeah. Similarly to that, the great two natures, the great bliss, the two bliss, yeah, the whiteness and the redness. And from that, the appearance of the great bliss or the awareness, realizations, yeah, realizing actually, realization that what we talk about. That's why I told you to understanding very deeply to all this, the understanding from the preliminary, it is coming from the preliminary side. It's a very, very important to getting into more kind of, you know, deeply to understand. Yeah.
I have a question, if I could.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you to all of you. So I would like to understand, according to the Drupa lineage, according to your teaching, if once it is accomplished, the non-draw practice, it is also possible, and obviously understood the 6 yoga of Naropa technique during a retreat with the retreat condition. Is it possible also to practice in the day-to-day life, or it's only necessary to have strict retreat conditions? Thank you.
6 yogas of Naropa practice, it is also, for me myself, I will tell you the truth that I've never been to, like, you know, locked up in one room for the 3 years old. No. I've never locked in one room for the 3 years. Because my Guru, His Holiness, never led me to do that. Because 3 years old, just locked in one room and doing meditation, it is something for the person who is really cannot manage their time and cannot control themselves. What my guru represents to me, that you don't have to lock yourself up for the 3 years. No, we just stay and do practice, daily practice. And at the same time, you do practice and I will see the result by myself, whether you have done correctly or not. And once you have done correctly, then I will bring up to the next level. So that way I have completed the 6 yogas of Naropa. And that's why I was in the retreat for the 5 years. But I was not totally locked up in one room. So this is that I want to say, if we really want to practice, then it is not necessary that we have to lock up in somewhere. Some in the retreat or something, locking up. Because locking up inside the door is because of that we cannot control our mind. We cannot control our mind or protect our mind from all this kind of phenomena around, afflictions around. That's why we just run up on the mountain and then with nobody looking and we just lock up ourselves. It's because of that. So that's why, but I can say we need a proper time for the practice, actually. Yeah, but no need to lock. We need a proper time. Yeah. We have to go through, we have to go through the retreat. Yeah.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you so much, because I was really so attracted by 6 yoga always after read the Milarepa books and 2 more practices, but someone told me, no, you have to after the non-draw, you have to accomplish 2 years retreat, Idam retreat. So, and I always thought it was a really big pity haven't the opportunity to practice as a layperson those profound teaching, because as you said, those are not religious ones, so are beyond religious itself. So thank you so much for your explanation.
Because this is the yoga is actually from the beginning, from the many years beginning, they're alive. The yogas and everything, it has the channels and everything. It was from the beginning and many beginning above. And later, when it comes to the one master and then transfer to second master, and after that goes to the Tibet. So from the Tibet, then it goes into the Kagyu lineage and the different sect actually. But when the Naropa time, during the Naropa time, there was no Kagyu lineage. There was no Kagyu lineage. Kagyu lineage only came after the Gampopa. Naropa time, there was no Kagyu. There was only practice. There was no any Kagyu. There was no any Giluk. There was no any Nyingmas, such kind of things. They are only the practice, to the direct connections with the enlightenment. That's all. Yeah. Going to the religious and the names and the fames and everything, that after all comes from the Tibet. Then it's prayed and then given the one and one each and everything into the one sect, and then given the Kagyu lineage, Nyingma lineage, Gelug lineage, Sacha lineage, like that. But at that time, there was no any kind of religious or so and so. Yeah.
I have a question about what you said before, or about what Tashilam suggested to you before, to translate the power like conscious transferring of conscious for the Pure Land. I'm not agree. I think that it is incorrect because personally I'm not interested to go to the Pure Land. I am interested just to go through and became like I am, light and delight. Just this, that is before all the other things that are not so real. Many thanks for explanation.
Okay. Yes, of course. It is, yeah, it is upon our understanding actually level. Yeah. The interesting or not interesting and yeah, believe or not believing. This is all on our understanding level. It is very true. Because if you say that I don't believe, now I will tell you one thing. The Pure Land, the Hell Realm, is all about, like, you know, we believe that there is a human realm, right? We believe that there is a human realm, isn't it? You believe there is a human realm. If we believe that there is a human realm, then definitely there is a hell realm too. And definitely if you believe there is a human realm, then definitely there's a Pure Land too. If we don't believe Pure Land, then we should not believe a human realm too. So it is something like that I can say.
I don't believe that it's necessary to go to the Pure Land because you have the big opportunity to remain a light and delight at the first. So I am not interested.
Maria Teresa, please, can you please repeat your question? Because I think Rinpoche doesn't understand what you said.
I explained before that I find incorrect the translation for power for like transferring of conscious to the Pure Land. And I said that personally I'm not interested about go to the Pure Land because I prefer be like I am, light and delight.
Okay.
Rinpoche, can I add a few words?
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you. So I think that Rinpoche gave us a extremely important reply to Maria Teresa question or statement, because it is a matter of view. So this is the reason why, correct me if I am wrong, Rinpoche, we use the term 6 Dharma of Naropa instead of 6 Yoga of Naropa. In this case, Dharma means view.
Yeah.
The view underlined by its own practice. So I remember a story we know pretty well, I guess, that once Naropa went to Tilopa, bringing him gold, because also in the West, during the alchemic period, the disciple used to bring to the teacher, to the master, gold, refined gold, particularly. And Tilopa thrown away the gold, and Naropa was astonished. Oh, I have collected such amount of gold, and Tilopa take out of the river a fish, dead, and took it in his hand and whisper to the fish and put it in the river. And the fish start again to swim. So in my poor view, what does it mean? Without devotion and without paying respect to the holy feet of the teacher, you cannot reach anything. This is the reason why Yeshe Tsogyal, after has been raped, bow in front of Padmasambhava instead of the front of the Bhagavan, because the most important thing is the alive master. And everything we can do together for a living master is helping the Sangha. So our gratitude to your kindness, Rinpoche, to help us, because we are strongly working for your arrival, as your Sangha Russian Sangha is working so wonderfully for your trip in Russia. So we do hope to, all together, we do very best, because to having you 1 year per year in the future in Italy in order to deepen the sixth Dharma of Naropa is the great fortune and great opportunity. This is my feeling, and I thank you once more, because this is what I feel for our common efforts for a such wonderful achieved young Kagyu Nyima Master as you are, Rinpoche.
I would like to precise my question, just in Italian, please. Allora, io penso che la traduzione di Powa come trasferimento di coscienza verso i reami delle terre pure sia incorretta, cioè proprio un errore, perché è solo trasferimento di coscienza, altrimenti non esisterebbero le persone come i grandi bodhisattva che semplicemente sono luce nella luce e lo fanno subito. Personalmente non sono interessata alle terre pure e salto a pie pari la fine delle sadhane, come per esempio quella di Vajrayogini, dove si prega per andare nelle terre pure, perché lo so che faccio un'altra cosa. Traduci pure questo in inglese, grazie.
Sì. Thank you, Maria Teresa. Maria Teresa, if I have well understood, is stressing about her efforts not to deal with the Pure Lands, but instead of practicing in actual time in order to try to deepen the core concept or the core practice or the core goal of the teaching itself. And in her knowledge or interest, the Pure Land realms are so far from her that he is more involved in the actual daily practice than to dream about the future, but instead of try to improve daily. This more or less is what I have understood.
I translated by myself. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche.
Pure, it isn't so far from me. It's always like Rinpoche answered me, a mental state, and depends the belief from our compression of the reality. But if you translate the power like only what could happen if you chose this instead of the big occasion that you have to remain light in the light, like you say in the reality, is very different, and it isn't correct.
So I think that such an important topic could be deepened in the future, but as we now we have the opportunity to have Rinpoche's 3-session introductory session, we have just to go forward, and in case Rinpoche will be so kind to give us more opportunities with more online session, it's clear it could be very important in order to get the retreat with more introduction teachings. Obviously is correct. So for instance, I think that Rinpoche has more or less finished his introductory session, unless Rinpoche wish to add something more.
So the part of all the practice of the 6 yogas of Naropa and even the other practice, other different types of the practices. All the practices actually, it is to the focusing on 3 things: body, speech, and the mind. All the practices, even the thorough practice, 6 yogas of practice, whatever we are doing practice daily, it is directly connected with the 3: body, speech, and the mind. Directly connection with that body, speech, and mind. And the most important thing in Vajrayana, that why we are doing Vajrayana practice, why we are following the Vajrayana practice. Because Vajrayana is a very, very huge way of practicing. And many, many, many kind of, limited, unlimited ways, different ways to the liberation. Not only a one way. There are many unlimited ways to get to the liberation, Vajrayana. And that is the why the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. The why this is the 3. Because Hinayana practice is the single practice. Mahayana practice, a single practice. What we call Theravada, Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Because when we are practicing the Vajrayana, it means that we are practicing 3 of them in one time. That we really have to understand for all the Vajrayana practitioners. Because in the Mahayana or even the Theravada, Hinayana, they have something kind of a, the topic that, can say, because I have heard about it, like Theravada says the Hinayana practice is not really good. The Theravadan, they are the one. And the Mahayana says, no, the Theravada practice is not the right one. Our Mahayana practice is the right one. It says. But in Vajrayana, nobody says. In Vajrayana practice, nobody says. Because why? Because these things never happen in Vajrayana. In Theravada, Mahayana, they says these things, the that Theravada is not the right one, Mahayana is the right one. And one says, no, Mahayana is the right one, Theravada is the wrong one. It is not the right one. They say like that. But in Vajrayana, we rarely get to hear these things. Because once in a Vajrayana, we do 3 practice together. Hinayana practice, Theravada practice, Mahayana practice. Yeah. The refuge, bodhicitta, and the vow. The vow. Kyabdrogu Domba, Changshu Sempe Domba, and Sosotarpe Domba. What is the Sosotarpe Domba in English?
3 levels of vows.
Yeah,
Levels
three
of self-liberation, and
self-liberation,
then vows
yeah.
of bodhicitta,
Chitta
and then
and refuge.
tantric vows.
And top on that, we again add the tantric vows, the Mhaki Domba. So that is the why we have to understand that when we getting into the practice of Vajrayana, it has a very, very big confusion. Unless we don't understand the right, it makes us really confusion because we are doing 3 practice in the same time. That is the why. It has a more like a confusion. It has a more kind of a questions, and yeah, it's kind of a little bit confusion. But we have to know that how do we have to practice by the kind of a basic levels to the up level. That is very important. And that directly goes to the body, speech, and the mind, and especially direct to the mind. Body is for time, and speech also for the time, but mainly to the mind. Everything is to the mind. That is that we really have to understand the practice, to change the mind, yeah, to changing in the sense, not like, like mind just got something different in a different form. No, it is not like that. Many people think nowadays the Vajrayana, when you do some practice, right away doing practice, just immediately fall down something from the sky and like, become some dark and become totally changed into the yellow or red or something like that. No, it takes really much time. Even for myself, I have practiced, even now this life, I can say, I started from the age of 3 and I started learning from the age of 3 and now I'm 33. Yeah, I'm still practicing until we not be reached to the Dharmakaya level. We are practitioner. Even when we reach to the Sambhogakaya level, we are still practitioner. Yes. So just imagine from that, But now the level we are practicing, we are practicing from the Nirmanakaya level. To go to we have to transform to ourselves to Sambhogakaya level. Even when you reach to the Sambhogakaya level, and that level is also a practitioner level. Yeah. Not the guru level or not the what you call the Vajracharya level, no. To reach to the Vajracharya level, Dorje Lopan, we have to reach to the 10th bhumi or need to be understanding or practicing the Dharmakaya level. Then only once we complete the Dharmakaya practice, then we can call ourselves, yes, I have practiced already completely. Until not reaching to the Dharmakaya level or practice, we are still practitioner. All of us. It doesn't matter who we are, whether Rinpoche or whether so-and-so very big names with the fames, doesn't matter. All of us practitioners, even myself, I am also a practitioner. Difference between you and all of you and I is that, because I have the little bit kind of experienced one, more than you, more than all of you. So that's why. Only the difference is that. Has little more experienced, and little more kind of more practiced than all of you. So otherwise, all of us, at the same levels of the practitioner. That we really had to understand, because nowadays in a Western country, many people, they just say, I did this practice now, and I also did that practice. And now, Guru, please tell me, I feel that I've completed all my practice. They say that to me, many of them, I feel like I have now already completed my practice. When they say like that, so I just say, well done, that's all. I don't say anything. If you feel like you have done all your practice, then well done. Yeah, because there's nothing to say. Because practice, until we reach to the Dharmakaya level practice, we are still practitioner. So then, just for a 1 year practice or 2 year practice, how can it be possible, to complete all our practice? So we have to need very much time. And this is the time, only in this life, that we realized it. Yeah, now. We have realized only in this life. Many of the past life, we have never realized how we were, in which form, animal, human, which we don't know. Many limitless past life. Because of the good deeds or good kind of accumulation, yeah, good merit accumulations for the many thousands and limitless life, that we get this life, that we really have to understand, many of kind of a struggling and sufferings and accumulating merit, wisdom and merit, many, and then we achieve this life. This is all we have. And when we achieve, comes to this life, then we just open our eyes now towards some kind of a practice, towards the reality, we just open our eyes now. But at past, we have spent it more than imagination. Thousands and billions life, we have just spent it without any realization. We realized only now in this life. It's how, because of our good accumulated merit from the many past, that we get result in this life, and we have get a chance to open our mind and open our eyes to see. Now, what we have to think? We have to think, now this is the starting point of realization. Now, we have to move on. That we really have to understand. Because as I said in the beginning, Buddhist, yeah, Buddhist, what we talk about, Buddhist, the path of the Buddha, it is not a religious path. It is not a following so-and-so religious. It is the path that, we are making ourselves valuable, that's all. We are valuing our life, really. We are valuing this precious life, this human life. This is the Buddha's teaching, how to live your life comfortably, happily, freely, and peacefully. This is the Buddha's teaching. And all these yogas, practices, is for what? For to live healthy, to live more peace, calmness in our mind, no stress. That is the why we are doing the practice. Because yeah, nowadays many people, as I said, I have somebody say I have completed my practice, and some says like, this practice is kind of they take the practice as their daily job. Yeah, they have to do with a sadly or a happy mood, but practice. Oh, now again I have to practice. Oh, they say like that. Think wisely. The practice is not for that. Practice that we are doing for ourselves. To live happy, to live understandingly, and everything manageable. That's why we are doing practice. And all the practices, these are the method. So that we really have to understand, okay? So this is what I really want to say, that until the time we reach to the Sambhogakaya level, we could never ever complete our practice. I mean the Dharmakakaya level. Until to reaching the Dharmakakaya level, we all are practitioner as same. There is no any kind of I am the high, you are low, or something like that. No, all of us in the same level of practitioners. That we have to understand, and this is called the real practitioners, as following the right practice or right path of the guru. So that is the people called the Sangha. So that all of us in the form of the Sangha. Only the differences is that I am the wearing kind of a red and you are not wearing a red color. But from the inner heart, we can say we all are in the Sangha level, which is the practitioner. That we have to understand, okay?
So, Rinpoche, we, on behalf of the Sangha, I do thank you so very much for your kindness and your patience. Let me say a few words for our translators, because Tashi made a great job translating, writing in the chat. So great support. I thank also, obviously, our Clara Lovisetti for her translation. And I thank you all for patience during some troubling before the starting of this session. And I ask Rinpoche to dedicate merit, and we can close the session. Thank you once more, Rinpoche.
Thank you very much. Teta bole chung give sawa tang shen darshan tu sum tu sabin give sawa tam je chik tu de ma gyuro sem chen tam je gyawan dor che chang ge koban te la do to bichir tam je ge yang ho adam lam ge ran ba de yan chap jik do song war shu kewa gundu yang da lama dan dal me chu je ba la long chu chen sa dan lam ji yun den rab zo de dorje changge goban yurdo sho dagi jedan jigyurun gewa nam peljen gebe nam je kamjabde dodo semje gunla temen gunjan techen pawe sato sho pama semjen tamje dedan dengyuru je ngendro tamje tadu tongwara sho changshu semba gangda surju ba deda gunje malam Drobjuru ji changshu semchu rinpoche ma je pa nam je juru ji jewa nyamba meba yang gongne gongdu pewar isho nangda riksum lama chugu nga gudan yi je rolba jamle be sabsal nal juru chenpe nyamlen la Irme tukji tigle rolji sho benzara sadu samaya mana palaya benzara sadu tina batisha dirjo memba wasu toka yo memba wasu bujay memba anurata memba sarvasi dimetra yata savakarma sutsa metsitam shiriyam guru hong ha 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 ho bhagavane sarvata than gata benzara ma memutsa benzara bhava ma samaya sato Thank you very much to all of you and see you very soon.